Hi everyone, my name is Bailey Willis and I'm in the Sports Administration and Leadership program. For my issue in sports video assignment, I have chosen to discuss the issue about baseball players celebrating a home run, or as you may have heard it, like as a bat flip or pimping a home run. This is an issue that I find important and significant to me because I have played softball my whole life and I know the emotions during the game of softball and the emotions that go through your head as a player like after hitting a major home run. So if you watch Major League Baseball, there are some times when you'll see players follow a home run with a bat flip. A bat flip in baseball has been known to result in the player getting hit by the pitcher during his next at bat, and it has sometimes led to both of the benches being cleared and both teams fighting on the field. It is acceptable for other sports such as football, basketball, and soccer to have celebrations, so why is it an issue for baseball players to celebrate? Sports are constantly evolving, and bat flips in the MLB is something that has become a more popular active emotion of the game, and some people do not agree with that. Baseball has been known as a gentleman's sport for a long time, and some people believe that a bat flip is disrespecting the pitcher and the game. Then you have those people who believe that the players should be able to have fun and show that emotion during a game because they believe that it adds excitement to the game. I personally believe that there are times to show those emotions and that there are times when to act like you've been in that situation before. So a bat flip is not necessary after every home run, but there are significant moments when it is acceptable. For example, if say your team is up by 5 runs and a player hits a home run, that's really not the best time to do a bat flip, as it could be seen as being disrespectful or arrogant. Just knowing the difference between arrogance and playing with emotions is the key point with this issue. I understand how it can be taken personal as a pitcher if the player stares them down as they do the bat flip, or like during the home run trot, which leads me to believe as an opposing player and as a spectator that it is obvious when a player does something out of spite or simply being in the moment just by his actions and how he goes about the situation. I have only really viewed this issue as how it affects the players, but once I did some research for this project, I read an article about how bat flips engage more people in the game, and it gives viewers something to look forward to. Also, something that I read about is how the players end up getting fined due to being ejected from games because of this, and that is also a way to bring in money. So that's another point of view to look at this in. So baseball is a slow-paced game, so when a home run is hit to gain the lead or a major home run has been hit, the player has the same kind of emotions as a football player who has just scored the touchdown to take the lead. So the football player is allowed to do a touchdown celebration, so the baseball player should also be able to show his excitement. I feel like if pitchers would take it as, okay, like you beat me at this at bat, so I'm going to come after you on your next at bat and I'm going to strike you out, as opposed to, no, like you made me look like a fool, so I'm going to drill you your next at bat. I just feel like that it would be a better way for the pitchers to react to a bat flip rather than just hitting them. So Tim Anderson is someone who stands out to me when I think about the bat flip issue because of what happened after his home run bat flip. So I remember watching the Kansas City Royals versus the Chicago White Sox game back in April, and this is really when I became interested in this topic. So his bat flip led to Brad Keller, the pitcher for the Royals, drilling him at his next at bat, and at that point, Anderson could have easily charged the mound and reacted to being hit intentionally, but instead he just took the hit by pitch and walked towards first. Well, it resulted in both teams running out on the field in a brawl, and both Keller and Anderson were ejected from the game, and it just doesn't make much sense when the player who was hit by the pitch was ejected, but it later came out that he was ejected because of the words he chose to use during the brawl. So Keller had received a 5-game suspension and Anderson received a 1-game suspension. So all this commotion was caused by a harmless bat flip, and just none of it would have even happened if the pitcher would not have been taking it so personal. Just because, I mean, Anderson is a player who plays with emotion and believes that he should be able to express himself and his emotions. So he even stated in an interview that he feels like today's Jackie Robinson, and what he meant by that comment was that he intended to break the fun barrier the way Robinson broke the color barrier. My opinion on this issue is that it should be acceptable for a player to bat flip after a home run if the player is not disrespectful about it. I believe that it adds character to some players and gives us the game some more excitement.